May 30th, this is Dave Dispinette with the StockPlaybook.com. Dow Jones was down 160 points today, 1.2%. NASDAQ Composite down 33 points, 1.1%. S&P 500 down 19 points, 1.4%. We still believe the path of least resistance is lower in this market. We don't expect it to be a straight line, but ultimately we think the market's got some more downside pressure coming. Salesforce.com is a name that we're short. $150 a share after this gap up after the earnings. Most of the cloud plays rolling over. We think Salesforce.com is next. We really like Salesforce.com to the downside as a short. We'd use the 50-day moving average as a stop loss level. Google, GOOG, recently lost its 200-day moving average. We think Google has a date with potentially the 500 level. We would use a tight stop, maybe a close above the 610 level. GOOG, we think, is setting up nicely for a short. Apple, with this recent lift this last week and a half, back up towards its 50-day moving average. 580, 590, great opportunity to get short. Apple, use a tight, stop, 610 area, a move above there, you get out. LinkedIn, LNKD, we think is also poised for a pullback, had a nice lift. We gave our subscribers to the stock playbook the 101, 102 entry level. We hit that today. So we're now short LinkedIn, LNKD, using a tight stop above, a close above 105. We will cover our short in LinkedIn. From an earnings standpoint, two companies that are on our radar next week into earnings. Now, these are companies we like to the downside on their earnings. We do not recommend shorting stocks into earnings unless you have an upside call as a hedge to protect yourself. It's a very risky time to be shorting stocks. We prefer just looking at, some options. We have a 85, 65, I believe it's 65. If you give me 1 second, I apologize. We have a put spread on in Ulta Salon right now. We own the $84 puts. We sold the $69 puts. We brought in some money on those. Our total cost, $2. We'll see what happens. But Ulta Salon to the downside. Lululemon, LULU. We have some puts. We've been short Lululemon for some time. We've been circling, the earnings coming next Thursday. Looking at a nice little topping formation here. If you look at Lululemon, little head and shoulder, I think we could see this thing run into 50-day moving average. I think Lululemon is due for a pullback. Now, I'm not so arrogant to think that if I believe the market's going lower, you should too. If you disagree and you think this market's done pulling back and ready to start raging higher, well, here's some names that we own in our hedge fund. INVN, Invensense, Motion Processing Integrated Circuits for consumer electronic devices. Nice support at the $10 level, nice volume. We didn't like it. They had a great quarter, 39% revenue growth, 133% earnings growth, but the momentum traders just pounded this stock. But INVN down here at these levels, very attractive. Fusion IO, another one that had a great quarter, finding support at 20-ish. We think getting long here, Fusion IO with a tight stop is one you could take a look at. Open Table, OPEN, partnering with Google on their Google Plus and Google Local networks. We think that's a positive for Open Table. This is a name that we've traded and had on our radar at the Stock Playbook for some time. You look at the weekly chart in Open Table, you can see the stock has firmly been in a downtrend. We caught this whole advance, been sold off. We emerged from a recent downtrend here, been finding support. We think Open Table at these levels, great opportunity to get long, a name that we think has some good growth in front of it. Open Table. Benzinga continues to just get pummeled on the weakness from Facebook. We are not pulling the trigger yet, but Benzinga needs to be on your radar. We think this sell-off's a little overdone. This company's actually making money. And while we thought this company was a little overvalued when it had a $14, $15 billion market cap, it's now $4. So if this stock, right around this 5.5 level, I think Benzinga is ready to start putting in a bottom. But we're not going to try to catch a fall knife, but just want to make sure it's on your radar, one to take a look at. The fresh market, we killed this. We had it as an earnings play coming into today. We recommended to our subscribers at the Stock Playbook to take a look at the call options. We went ahead and picked up some of the $50 calls. Picked them up last week for $1.40. Today they got almost $7. Nice home run for us. Tomorrow, Vera Bradley after the close, VRA. We think you take a look at some of the $25 call options in Vera Bradley. Huge short interest. We think you could see a short squeeze in Vera Bradley. Shuffle Master on Monday. I mean, I'm in the belief that this is a trader's market. So, Shuffle Master, has earnings on Monday. I think they're poised for a really good quarter. We own the $16 and $15 call options on Shuffle Master. And Francesca Holdings, FRAN, is another name that we have as an earnings play from the bullish side next week to go with our Lululemon and Ulta Salon shorts. That's it for the playbook. We do this on a nightly basis for our subscribers. Sign up at the www.thestockplaybook.com. Free trial. I think you'll like what we do. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you soon.